Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new, my name is May. I do vlogs, autism talks, cooking videos, cleaning videos. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would love for you to stick around and join my small May C. Evans family. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about my anxiety story and how I came to understand it and how I entered a different territory in my life that I didn't really know how to handle. And so I'm also going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 tips on how to reduce anxiety and the things that has been working for me. So my first anxiety episode or attack, it happened December of this year. I was standing up in the kitchen, I was cooking for my family, and the next thing I know, I was at the stove and I was looking down and I was just doing my thing. And then when I raised back up, I began to get dizzy. So when I turned around to go to the pantry, I started to get really dizzy. And it was very scary for me because I had never felt that way before. I didn't know what was happening to me. And I remember Chelsea and Jeff were sitting at the table. So I walked over there, I sat down, and it's like everything was just becoming really dizzy. And then so with that happening, my body began to react and my heart just started beating really, really fast. And I remember looking at Jeff and he asked me if I was okay. And I didn't know if I was okay. So I got his hand and I placed it on my chest so he could feel my heart beating. And I don't know if he felt it or not, but I was trying to calm down. And then I told Jeff, I said, I think I need to go to the emergency room. So fast forward, went to the emergency room and everything pretty much checked out normal. But I still was afraid because I didn't know what had happened. So then probably about a month or so later, I had another episode where I took my mom. I had went to get my mom from to pick her up because she came to visit me. My mom lives in Texas. Got home and the same thing happened. I got dizzy and my heart started racing for no reason. And just so happened my husband Jeff is always by my side, and he looked at me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I placed his hand on my chest, and I think that time he felt my heart actually racing. But I didn't go to the emergency room because I knew that they weren't going to be able to do anything for me. They would do an EKG and send me on my way. So I was still scared, and that's around the time where I did have the heart monitor placed on me for 30 days, and then the results pretty much came back normal. I do have some premature heartbeats that happens before my actual heartbeat. But my cardiologist explained to me that everyone has that. That is something that everybody has, but for some reason when you're fighting and dealing with anxiety, you tend to feel it a little bit more. So I was still confused about what happened. And then I ended up having to wear another heart monitor, which I didn't vlog about it. I just wore it, just prayed about it. And once again, everything checked out normal. They did put me on it's called a pill in a pocket prescription for whenever I do feel the premature heartbeats or whatever, which is brought on by the anxiety. So after all of that, I got the full cardiology worked up and I prayed about it. I knew that it was the anxiety that was bothering me. And my primary care doctor, in my opinion, she didn't really do a good job explaining to me about anxiety because, like I said in the earlier part of the video, this was new territory for me. I'd never experienced anxiety in that way, so it was very, very scary. You feel like you're going to die. And so after that, I realized, okay, I need to make some changes in my life. I need to do things a little bit different. I worried about my kids so much, especially with Caden and having autism and just running around for him and not taking time for myself. So I decided that I need to make some changes. If not, this was going to spiral out of control and I wasn't going to be able to come back from it. So I realized that, okay, what are you doing to bring it on? And one of the things that I realized is that when you have your first episode or whatever, you fear the next one. And that's what was going on with me. I was just always on edge and was fearful for the next one. And it really can take over your life if you let it. But with God and changing some of the things that you do, you can overcome it. It may be something that you always have to deal with, but you can definitely keep the symptoms at bay. So I was really scared. I was really fearful. I knew that there wasn't anything wrong with my heart, but it have you feeling that way because of everything that's going on. So I want to talk with you guys on some of the steps that I've done to limit the anxiety and just try to keep everything okay for me. So the first one is you want to limit your stress. I was under a lot of stress, not from being married or anything or being a mom, but just the situations of autism, being a special, well, I take that back, being a mom and a special needs mom. That can really take a toll on you. It can really affect you. It definitely did for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but I worried about the next day. I worried about Caden's future. I was in constant worry about him, and in return, I wasn't taking care of myself. And so my advice would be, and this is my own advice, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've talked to my counselor about, is to definitely try to limit the stress that you may happen. Now, if you're watching this video and you don't have a special needs child, we all have some type of stress going on in our life, and sometimes we can't avoid it, but we have to find a way to limit the stress no matter what we do. Also, you want to limit your caffeine. So I drank Mountain Dew, which Jeff later on told me that was very heavy in sugar. I would just drink about 2 or 3 Mountain Dews a day just because I loved it so much. And then finally I realized that there's like 68 grams of sugar in it, lots of caffeine in Mountain Dew. So right off the bat, I stopped drinking that. I don't drink a lot of coffee anymore. If you follow me on Instagram, I do post pictures of my Starbucks because it's a treat for me. I used to drink Starbucks every day if I could. Now I drink Starbucks maybe once or twice every 2 weeks. So I'm not a coffee drinker anymore. I cut that out. I'm really trying to limit my sugar as well. I found out there's so much sugar is pretty much in everything, so I'm trying to limit that. Also, meditation. There's a lot of cool meditation apps out there. One of them is called Calm. The other one is deep meditation or something like that. I do a lot of that. So meditation is great. The number one thing is sleep. You have to get a good night's sleep. You have to get at least, I mean, we're all different, so I can't tell you guys like how much sleep to get or whatever, but for me, I have to have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's it. I have to. There's no more going to bed at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. from editing a video or typing up a paper or whatever. Sleep is the number one thing. Also, exercise. Exercise is good because that in return helps me sleep. So I try to get a lot of exercise. I do walk 3 miles a day, and I've been taking Pilates now for about 4 months. So I've noticed that my core is strengthening and I'm losing a little bit of weight as well. Also, to take a step back, just to focus on you. I know that may sound selfish to some people, especially moms who have kids who feel like that they can't take a step back from their children or whatever, but I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. But for me personally, I have asked my husband for help, and just stepping back and saying, you know, hey, can I go for a drive? Can I go? And not asking because I have to. I'm asking out of consideration for him, because there may be something that he has to do. So that's why I ask, just to clarify for any of you out there that think. But my husband and I were very respectable towards each other, and so that's what I do. I say, hey, I'm gonna go run over here, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna go get my nails done. I want to try to get a facial too one day, so may do that. And then the last thing that I have done is journaling. I used to have my journal somewhere over here. It had a very positive message on it, but I don't know where it is. But I journal. I just write down everything that has happened for the day, everything that went on. That way, if I ever need to look back, I can do that. And just journal about yourself. You can journal about anything that you wish. It doesn't necessarily have to be about things that you want to change. It could be you manifesting your dreams or things that you want to accomplish in life. Just put positivity all around you. And I want to say this too before I end the video. Anything that is negative in your life or things that you cannot change, for me personally, I have to eliminate it. And it could be a situation, it could be whatever it is that's stressing you out, that is making you feel like you can't be productive. So for me, if there's something that happens where I can't meet a certain person or place, whatever expectations, then I have to just let it go. Friends, if I feel like if I am meeting new friends or meeting new people and I feel like I'm not really connecting with them, I'm not going to deal with it. Where I am right now, I'm happy, and I don't need anything disrupting that happiness and firing up any type of anxiety. But I want to make sure you guys know that you just have to make sure that you keep everything calm in your life. But that is easier said than done, because I do understand that a lot of times, you know, this is life. We're living life, and this is what happens. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I have been talking for over 12 minutes. So if you guys are still here, thank you so much for sticking around, hearing me out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.